What's up, everybody listening on the radios? Welcome to Sports, Politics, and More for November 15th, 2017. Live tonight from New York City, here in my studio in Queens. Frank joins me from Brooklyn tonight. Frank, how are you, sir?
Yes, how are you, Andrew?
Doing good, doing good.
How's everything? Okay? Did you have a fun birthday week?
Oh, yeah. The rest of the week was good, actually. I enjoyed myself.
Really? What did you do?
Well, let me think. Thursday, I really didn't do anything, and then I had a quiet weekend, so there's that.
Sounds fun,
Andrew. I was too busy playing WWE this weekend.
Oh, God. Give me a break. Anyway, so I haven't, to be honest, I haven't followed the news too much this week, Andrew. I kind of
really?
I kind of took a break. I don't know. I kind of took a break.
Oh, okay.
But I have been peeping the news. What's this? What's this story about this Roy Moore? What's going on with him? I see he's been in the headlines every day almost.
Well, it seems there is a development going on. Well, that's a spoiler alert, but I figured Roy Moore. You know, I had hope that there'd be some ray of life for the Republicans to gain some momentum for the midterms next year. Frank, I'm flipping out that Pelosi could be speaker again, thanks to Roy Moore.
No, she's not going to be speaker. Relax.
I hope not, but here we go.
Folks. This is looking bad for the Republican Party. This is not good for 2018. You know, I thought Roy Moore was the last hope of sunshine for the Republican Party. Oh, look at this today. Doug Jones is leading in Alabama by 12 points.
And this is not a joke. He's actually a Democrat is leading in the polls in Alabama. Well, I thought I never would see this state coming.
Yeah, I don't know. Listen, this guy is from the beginning. This guy was met with great resistance, and now, of course, this is the new thing. Now everybody has an accuser now, of a sexual accuser.
You know, this is bad. You know, as I was really keeping my fingers crossed about this election, you know, I felt confident that the Republicans would keep a safe state that they normally do in Alabama.
No, I know. I'm saying it started with the Harvey Weinstein in Hollywood about the sexual assaults and rapes. Well, first it actually started with Bill Cosby a couple years ago, or last year, I should say. Now everybody is a rapist. See, now it's starting to lose credibility with me. This is the new racist. Instead of calling somebody a racist, now somebody pops up from 30 years ago and says, "You raped me."
Oh, wait, here's the other accuser that everybody's been talking about. Here's the audio.
I tried to open my car door to leave, but he reached over and he locked it so I could not get out. I tried fighting him off while yelling at him to stop. But instead of stopping, he began squeezing my neck, attempting to force my head onto his crotch. I continued to struggle. I was determined that I was not going to allow him to force me to have sex.
Frank, I agree with you. This is the credibility for this crap is really, really starting to annoy me. I've just had it.
And let me see.
And by the way, at 8:30 we have breaking news regarding Roy Moore, so stay tuned for that.
Now, let me guess. During this press conference, who was this woman? Who was she sitting with?
Well,
was she sitting with Gloria Allred?
Well, I'll get you the name in a sec.
Of course. If she was sitting next to Gloria Allred, it's phony. But I don't understand why did this? And I'm not. I consider this sexual assault and rape serious, of course. But why is it that these accusers all of a sudden pop up from 30 years ago or 20 years ago when somebody's running for an election. It seems strange, the timing. You mean to tell me all these years that this guy was a judge, this woman was afraid, now all of a sudden she got brave?
I just don't understand this. I mean, why would she do it now, and all of a sudden that this woman was 16 years old at the time, and then she says, oh, well, maybe Martin Scorsese gave me an idea to do this.
Yeah. She sounds like the woman from the movie Goodfellas.
And guess who's the executive producer? Robert De Niro.
Yeah. But I'm reading here right in front of me that Steve Bannon, who's former Trump campaign advisor, he's saying that he's now even he's starting to doubt Roy Moore.
I don't know what's even more messed up. If they had casting for the woman who came out, the fifth one, it probably would be Kira Kosterin, just because she would be a younger version of that woman, hands down.
I don't know.
Hands down.
It seems very strange to me. All this stuff. It seems very strange. Now, see, that's like just like the Boy Who Cried Wolf with racism. Everybody's a racist or everybody's a homophobe, and now everybody's a rapist. See, now this is bad. And
that transitions into our next clip, and that is talking about somebody else who's been accused of sexual assault in the past year. Our president.
Well, I'll tell you the funniest is that I'll go backstage before a show.
Yes.
And everyone's getting dressed and ready. I'm allowed to go in because I'm the owner of the pageant, and therefore I'm inspecting it.
To have the owner come waltzing in when we're naked or half naked in a very physically vulnerable position.
But they're standing there with no clothes. Is everybody okay? And you see these incredible looking women. And so I sort of get away with things like that.
Pressure of the people that work for him telling us to go fawn all over him, go walk up to him, talk to him.
I'm automatically attracted to beautiful. I just start kissing them.
He turned to me and embraced me and gave me a kiss on the lips.
Just kiss. I don't even wait. And when you're a star, they let you do it.
I remember being shocked, and because I would have just thought to shake somebody's hand, but that was his first response with me.
I could do anything.
Donald Trump owned the pageant for the reason to utilize his power to get, around beautiful women.
Grab him by the pussy.
All right, so that is our president of the United States, and he's been in...
Bullshit. Where did you get that?
I made it up.
Yeah. See, even someone like Andrew could easily make up something like that. You could make anything up these days. And again, why if you're a woman or a man, whatever, why do you have to wait 40 years, 20 years, 15 years?
I don't really know, honestly. I mean, it's a liberal machine. That's what it is.
It's okay. Listen, I understand some people are, when that happens, it's traumatizing, but why? It's the timing of it. All of a sudden. You all of a sudden can't hold it in anymore when your alleged assault guy is running for office. That's great.
That's what I was just about to say.
In the Trump's pageants, how come there was never any issue with the girls up until he started running for president?
I honestly don't know. Again, it's the liberal machine. I'm going to keep saying it.
And I'll tell the audience, I've been following Trump since 1985, let's say.
I've been following Trump since 1999, actually. Since I was
1985, Andrew. I think that beats yours by a little bit.
Well, I was only 4 years old. My dad told me about Trump.
All right, so just listen to my story. I'm the old guy here.
All right.
1985, 1984. This is the first time I heard about Trump when he built Woolman Rink in Central Park. He was a billionaire back then, a playboy by day. This guy was like Bruce Wayne. He had all the girls. Then he would get married. His first wife was Ivana. She always had that funny accent. Then he dumped her for Marla Maples. Then he got Marla Maples pregnant. Then he dumped her. Divorced. This is Trump, and then he
now has Milan. Yeah,
right. Right, and every time he got a divorce, he would be in the tabloids, the National Enquirer, People Magazine, the Daily News, the Post, and so on. He was that's it. That's all he was. And he ran the casinos. He was famous for making the fights with Tyson fights and all that. That's all Trump was. I never heard one bad story about Trump in my life. Ever. All I heard.
When I was a kid, I never heard anything bad about Trump.
That's the only thing the only bad thing was these supposed scandals that he was dumping his ex-wife. He was getting divorced, and he had a new. He was dating somebody new. But so what? Every time he did that, he wound up marrying the woman and having kids with them for 10 years. So,
right.
All of a sudden now, Trump is he was a racist. He was in the Klan, and get the hell out of here. It's so ridiculous. Listen, I see that
possible collusion.
But my whole point about this whole thing of why I was taking a break from the news, it was sort of as a little experiment. I wanted to see if I was missing anything, because I'm a little bit of a news junkie, and Andrew is too. He follows the news, but every day you hear these stories. Now, what about what happened to Hillary Clinton now all of a sudden now?
I didn't hear anything new about Hillary Clinton.
I'm Hillary Clinton.
Yes, just last week, the Fusion 1 Russian scandal with Hillary Clinton and Donna Brazile.
Russian possible collusion.
Yeah, Donna Brazile, former DNC staffer. She came out and said that she rigged that the primaries are rigged, and then I see a clip on the internet. This heifer Donna Brazile, just when I was about to root for her, she shows up on the View, and I hate the View. I wish.
Oh, that's why I watched Drew Carey and The Price is Right at 11 o'clock.
Listen, you know what I wish would happen? Like during the View, like if I was watching it, that there would be a great earthquake and the ground would open up right on the set of the View, and everybody would be swallowed into the pit.
Don't even get me started on Joy Behar. Like she's literally like I found this out that her and Nancy Pelosi are actually close friends. Like that makes me want to vomit.
Yeah, it's a close knit group. The View used to be a bunch of yentas talking about gossip.
She's yenting with Pelosi, I know that.
I'm saying that it used to be a bunch of yentas gossiping about celebrities. Now all of a sudden, this is Charlie Rose and Bill O'Reilly in the morning. Get out of here! Give me a break.
Hold
on. So, my point was Donna Brazile. She's on the View now to promote her book, and they say, did you allege that the primaries against Sanders was rigged? And she goes, wait a minute, let me say something. I never said the word rigged, but it's in her book.
Fake news.
Yes. So you see, everybody is a two-face, and now Hillary was supposed to start getting indicted. This is all bullshit. I'm starting to believe everything in the news is crap.
Of course it is.
There's maybe 10% of truth in the news. Anyway, let's get moving, Andrew.
What difference at this point does it make?
It makes a lot of difference, Hillary. Anyway, all right, let's take a quick break, Andrew, so we can deceive.
8:15. Yes.
We have to deceive the masses and distract the plebeians and death to the infidels.
Didn't I go 5-0 this week, Frank?
No. All right. Well, it's time for Andrew's quick 2-minute segments, and I can't wait until football season is over so we can get rid of this segment.
Wait, Frank, did I go 5-0? Yes or no?
No, be quiet.
Why?
I can't wait until the segment is over. I tried to give this guy something. I tried to throw him a bone, and I hate it. So anyway, Andrew, you started off last week with an overall record of 13-16. You had a rough week 9. And so this last week, you had Detroit. They won 38-24 over Cleveland. They covered. That's a win. You had Seattle over Arizona. They won 22-16. But that's a loss because he didn't cover. The spread was 5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, see, the old spread. That was 5.5, so they didn't cover. So 22-16. So if you add 5.5 points to Arizona's score, they won 22.5 to 22. See, Andrew? And then you had Minnesota. Minnesota covered against Washington 38-30. You had New Orleans. They crushed the Bills 47-10. And you had Tennessee. They won 24-20 over Cincinnati. But that's a loss because Tennessee was handicapped by 4.5. So last week you go 3-2, and that brings your record to 16-18 for the season. So now go ahead, distract the infidels.
All right, here we go, everyone. 2-minute warning. Okay, there's 7 weeks left to go in the season.
Come on, hurry up. Stop setting up this Thanksgiving. Just give me your scores.
We are 1 week away from the Thanksgiving games. We'll do We'll do one game next week. But anyhow, let's start off with the Thursday night game.
Hold on. Are you gonna be on next week? Next week's our Thanksgiving show.
I'm not going to Maryland. I'll do this show.
All right, good.
All right. So anyhow, first up, Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Tennessee Titans on Thursday Night Football on NBC Thursday night, which is tomorrow. I will be watching. I really want Tennessee to win, but I know Pittsburgh is at home, so I'm going to give them -7 points. Now, my Baltimore Ravens are coming off their bye week. They lost their last game to the Tennessee Titans, but I think they'll get back on track this week. Hopefully, Wallace, Perriman, and our other receiver. I'm not going to say who it is. So, I'm giving the Ravens -2.5 to beat the Green Bay Packers. St. Louis, I'm going to give him +2 points to beat the Minnesota Vikings. Oh, Jeremy Maclin. There we go. Seattle Seahawks on Monday Night Football will be taking on the Atlanta Falcons. I give them -3.5 because the Seahawks will be playing at home. And unfortunately, a New York team is part of the lock of the week in a negative effect. Unfortunately, this is bad for the New York Giants with only one win this season against the Denver Broncos, getting embarrassed by the 49ers this week. And sorry, New York Giants. Kansas City will beat you -10.5 points at MetLife Stadium, and Travis Kelce will have 3 touchdowns for the Chiefs.
All right, you done, Andrew?
Pretty much.
Tom Crean's got Indiana back in the tournament, but VCU in the Final Four last year. I love their coach. I love their team. I love their spirit. But Indiana's too tough on this one. All right, so UNLV Baylor. Length and athleticism, like Baylor.
All right, so there's ex-President Obama. He's a handicap. He's a handicapper now. Oh my God.
Obama.
So Andrew, what do you do? So you're not going to Maryland next week?
I figured I might as well tell the audience. Since
it's a big deal, Andrew. Everybody's waiting on the edge of their seats.
So anyhow, last week Teddy Dog went under the knife to have a second tumor removed. The poor thing.
You finally discussed it. You were uncomfortable talking about it a couple weeks ago about Teddy Dog.
I have to tell the audience.
So what happened? What happened now? Your dog? How old's your dog?
9 years old.
9 years old, and
he is a South African Boerboel, might I say?
And he had a couple tumors.
He had one removed in February of 2016, and just last Monday, he got another one removed. The good news is he survived another surgery, thank goodness, but it was a lot of money, and now we have to get the stitches removed on Friday. And because of Teddy Dog's very expensive surgery for 2 reasons, one, we're not leaving him alone in a kennel on Thanksgiving, so we're going to be having another Thanksgiving in New York, and I was really looking forward to testing out my new oven in Maryland, but now I can't.
And now, let me ask you, how much does that cost? I just want to know.
Ooh, I'm not. I honestly forgot the price right now.
In the thousands.
Oh, definitely 1,000 plus.
Wow. Wow. Because I think my cat might be a little sick.
The tumor was very big. It was bigger than his heart.
Oh my God.
Yes. What's wrong with your cat?
I don't know. I think she might be having trouble going to the bathroom.
Ooh, you better take him to the vet.
Yeah, I don't have $1,000.
That's not good.
Yeah. So what happened? That's why so your Thanksgiving plans were centered around your dog?
Well, they weren't originally because what happened was we took Teddy Dog into a checkup on November 3rd, and the vet told my dad, we took an x-ray and we have to get this tumor removed immediately. So we had to take the vet's advice, and because of this, now we're not going to Maryland.
Oh, boy.
Which I'm very upset about.
Why don't you...
You know what's so crazy? I was going to do my first spam live from Maryland next week, and now I can't go to my Maryland studio because of this.
Your Maryland studio?
Yes.
Which is your bedroom.
Yes. Just like New York. There you go.
Oh, my God.
But New York, it's bigger. Maryland's smaller.
Oh, it's even smaller in Maryland? Oh, that's a condo, right?
Yes.
All right. I don't even know why I know all this. Who cares? All right.
I know nobody should care. But I was really looking. Again, we just got an oven installed, and now we can't use it until December.
Did you what you call it? No, never mind. So what else? We'll have the news at 8:30. But what else has been going on in the news that's been catching your attention, Andrew?
Honestly, nothing much really, other than Roy Moore and perverts in Hollywood.
Oh yeah, it seems like every day there's a new thing.
Oh, wait a minute! I just realized something. WFAN screwed in January. You know why?
Oh, I don't want to talk about WFAN. Who cares?
I know, but it's going to be a crap job over there.
You think anybody outside of really New York cares about WFAN?
Oh, so Mike in the Mad Dog movie.
Oh yeah. Who cares? That was in the 90s, Andrew.
I'm sorry. It's just that I'm going to be okay. I have Brandon Tierney on CBS Sports then, so it's not that bad.
Right. So I did see Trump's.
I like Brandon Tierney, by the way. He's good.
Who?
Brandon Tierney.
Who's that?
Oh, he's been on CBS Sports Radio for a couple years now.
Oh, see what I mean? I don't care. Who cares?
Nick Durst does.
All right, so I know I kind of who cares? It's one person. I'm not saying it's bad or good. It's just that's people who drive in New York to work. They listen to sports talk.
Yeah, well, in the afternoon you're gonna want to throw up.
Who cares? All right. Anyway, today it's 2000. Oh, it's almost 2018, Andrew. The world doesn't revolve around one radio station. We have people could listen to anything on the internet in their car these days.
And we have podcasts like ours.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm sure everybody listens to our podcast. We're gonna start me and Andrew, and after next year, at the end of next year, we're gonna have a subscription-based podcast, right?
How's that gonna work?
It's not. I'm joking around. Anyway, so what I did see in the news all week was Trump's Asian tour. He went to Vietnam.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
And then of course the big fake news. See, I can't listen. When he was in Japan feeding the goldfish, did you see that?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, it's people are saying that he threw the whole box of food all at once in the pond. And
the Mark Dice video?
Yeah, whatever. It was all over the news. It was CNN who did that, and then they said, and then other troll websites pick it up, and they had the Japanese minister saying that he politely was angry, but meanwhile it was because
Mr. Trump, why did you put all that food
Yeah,
the tank.
it's bullshit. It's bullshit because the Japanese Prime Minister did the same thing right before the shot that they showed Trump. So nothing's changed. It's all still bashing Trump. At least now, I don't know. Did you watch? I heard now that this past Saturday on Saturday Night Live, was making fun of the Clintons and the Democrats. Is that true?
I don't even watch Saturday Night Live anymore.
I don't. But it made news because that's pretty big. That's a big indication that the media is throwing Hillary and Bill
under the bus.
Yeah.
It's about time.
I did see a clip of it, and they were dressed up.
Crooked Hillary.
They were spoofing as Nancy Pelosi, Donna Brazile, Hillary and Bill, and Chuck Schumer, Charles Schumer. And
I was gonna have that Pelosi soundbite ready, but I lost it.
Yeah, they were making them look ridiculous, which they are. They're out of touch.
Well, see, now you understand why I have paranoia about Nancy Pelosi.
She's not. Listen, there's my whole point about this is there's what people see on the mainstream media, whether it's on TV or your computer, the internet, and then there's real life, Andrew. There's real life. That what goes on in real life is separate from what we see. Yeah,
definitely.
You want to know the real scoops on things? Watch C-SPAN, okay? C-SPAN. You ever watch C-SPAN?
I normally tune in when there's a big vote.
Right. We'll watch it during the commission hearings. Senate oversight hearing.
Oh, they showed Bernie Sanders. No, sorry, they showed Jeff Sessions yesterday. I remember.
Yeah. That's real life. That's real life. That's what's going on in real life. That's not edited. That's not spun. That's real time. Okay. That's what's going on in real life. That's the news. You notice the news.
And you don't believe in watching Fox News?
Listen. Right, as bad as they were in the 90s and early 2000s, even they're a little biased too, But right now, out of all the major networks, I guess they're trying to be legit. But everybody has an agenda. It's all. Listen, my whole point is everything we see in front of us is paid for. It's a business. All these things run on a profit. So. You can't have. I think, in my opinion, you can't have an honest reporting when you're worrying about profits.
All I'm going to say is that I can watch Fox News for breaking news now.
That's what it is. It's a target. You might be the target audience for Fox News, and then somebody else might be the target audience for CNN. It's.
CNN! I can't anymore with them.
Russians.
Anyway. Do you have Andrew? Do you have any articles? I sent you a few articles. Do you have any? You want to read the news?
Yeah, I'm going to read the news. Of course, we're going to read the news. And now it's time for the weekly news segment with Andrew Pollack. All right, so tonight. 2 breaking news stories involving liberal Democrats trying to impeach Trump and Roy Moore. Eventually, we have to diss this because I'm getting sick and tired of playing this every week. All right, so today, Democratic members of Congress introduced articles of impeachment against the president. At the start of their press conference, Congressman Steve Cohen from Tennessee said the reason why he and his colleagues are proceeding with the impeachment process is due to great concern for our country and our Constitution. Cohen said they have 5 articles on which they want to impeach the president. Here are the 5 articles that they said in their press conference today. The first article, obstruction of justice. Second article, violation of the Constitution's Foreign Elements Clause. 3, violation of the Domestic Elements Clause. Oh my goodness. 4, undermining the federal judiciary, and 5, undermining freedom of the press.
Fake news.
Yeah. Come on. This is, see what I mean? This is ridiculous to suggest impeachment. Well, this is a year later, and they're still talking about impeachment.
Bing, bing, bong, bong, bing, bing, bing.
Come on. What? It's ridiculous.
I don't know anymore, Frank.
Impeachment. It's two. This, you know what it is? It's 5 or 6 kooky Democrats and congressmen that are demented, that want to impeach Trump. They're
not looking for our best interests. I'm sorry. I don't want Mike Pence as president, because then it gives the Democrats an easy win in 2020.
No, whatever. Listen, it's a year later, man. Come on. I'm tired. It's like this is like getting boring now. It's like, it's really boring. The election is a year old. People are still they're still trying to get Trump out. The guy's been president already for a year. And guess what? The apocalypse didn't happen. There wasn't a mass deportation of 10 million immigrants. The only thing that really changed was the economy. The stock market is booming. Okay?
Real estate's been having a good year.
Yeah, but of course they won't even give that to Trump. Could you imagine the either the insanity or the outright bullshit that they still try to give credit to Obama? It was Obama's doing now that the stock market is doing good. It's not Trump. No, it just so happened that on November 9th, the day after Trump won the election, the stock market surged. But that's Obama's credit. Come on, give me a break.
You know, I just wish they could leave him out of this.
I'm Barack Obama.
Jeez, I mean, like, really, it's really boring. I'm really bored with this already. This anti-Trump hysteria. Come on, give me a break. Like, he's the goddamn president. Leave him alone. He hasn't really done that bad.
They're only calling for hearings, according to this congressman.
Nobody's gonna give these idiots a hearing.
I hope not.
They're gonna get even Nancy Pelosi, who belongs in a retirement home. Even she has been on TV saying that it's outright stupid to suggest impeachment for Trump. She's even come out and said we have to work with the president. Even
someone from Maryland is making sense.
Even Elizabeth Warren, who's one of Trump's another one of Trump's outspoken opponents, she's even said that the Democrats rigged the election, and it's ridiculous to talk about impeachment on Trump. So so this is the game we're going to play now. If we don't like the president, the elected president, we make up stories.
And there's only one reason why I want him reelected in 2020, and that is to keep fighting the fake news cycle.
Yeah, it's fun. But even that's beating a dead horse. Like, we know it's fake news.
Oh well, I don't want a liberal communist being my president.
Right, but my whole point is, and if anybody's listening to the audience and you're like, oh, what are you defending Trump for? Listen, buddy. Next time it might be after Trump, it might be a different president that gets the same treatment. It might be the president that you like, or the president that you voted for, that gets this treatment, and they get fake charges against them for impeachment.
Likely Kamala Harris.
Oh yeah, right. Okay, give me a break. Anyway, so you have another story, Andrew?
All right. So, a new accuser for Roy Moore has officially come out tonight. A Gadsden woman says that Roy Moore groped her while she was in his law office on legal business with her mother in 1991. But guess what? Roy Moore was married at the time. In the past week,
really?
Moore has been accused by 5 other women of a range of behaviors that include sexual misconduct with the woman when she was 14 and sexual assault of another woman when she was 16.
Listen, this if I didn't know any better, this sounds like you were talking about Harvey Weinstein.
Oh no, not him again.
Yeah, Yeah. Come on. See what I'm saying? This is the new weaponized attack on somebody you want to slander. This is what I was saying at the top of the show.
All right. In an interview from Alabama.com or AL.com, Tina Johnson recalls that in the fall of 1991, she sat in the law office of then attorney Roy Moore on 3rd Street in Gaston. Her mother, Mary Coldfield, sat in the chair next to her. Moore sat behind his desk across from them. Johnson remembers she was wearing a black and white dress. Almost from the moment she walked into Mr. Moore's office.
Oh, yeah.
Johnson said Moore began flirting. He kept commenting on her looks, telling her how pretty she was, how nice she, and saying that her eyes were beautiful. Frank.
So why couldn't she? Why wouldn't she get out of the office? Why wouldn't she scream? Why wouldn't she do something? Why wouldn't she tell somebody that day or that week, that month?
Well, the only reason why she was in the office with her mom was because of a custody hearing.
A mom. Why did her mom say something? Why did her mom do something?
Oh, man.
See what I'm saying? It's all a bunch of crap.
He grabbed her buttocks.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he did. And she resisted. She didn't say anything. Yeah. Come on, give me a break, man. You see, but this is what I'm saying. It's so obviously transparent. But you know what? There'll be people out there who believe it's hook, line, and sinker.
It's Martin Scorsese. He came up with the script.
Yeah. This is the new thing now. Anyway, it's crazy. So, you have anything else, Andrew?
All right, we're gonna move on before Kira Kosserman gets a call back. So let's move on to the next article. All right. So today there was another another press conference on Capitol Hill regarding the Republicans' tax plan, and that is that Wisconsin Republican Senator Ron Johnson, almost said Roy, my goodness. Ron Johnson opposes the Republicans' tax package. He became today the first Republican voice of dissent that if it gains any momentum, it can force significant chances of jeopardizing the party's goal to pass the bill before the end of the year. Here's what he was quoted saying today. If they can pass it without me, let them. I am not going to vote for this tax package. Well, I want this tax package. You know my taxes in Maryland are going to go down because of this?
You see, this is the problem. Listen, I'm going to explain to the audience. Again, if whoever's listening. The one good thing that came with Trump is he got people awoke. Since late 2015, 2016, 2017, politics is now pop culture. It pretty much
is.
Right. Before that, before Trump threw his hat into the race, nobody cared about politics. Maybe only a few people cared about politics. And if you ever started talking about politics with somebody in a restaurant, you're not even allowed to talk about politics in a bar, right? There are two things, Andrew, you're not allowed to do in a bar is talk about politics and religion because alcohol is involved and people start fighting. You can't if you were anybody and you talked about politics, they'd say, "Hey, look at this weirdo," you know. Even though it's a good thing to talk about politics. And now,
honestly, when I was a kid, I really wasn't affected by politics that much until the economy crashed back in the day.
Surprisingly, I got to say about you, Andrew, you're for young man. You're politically involved, and you're politically.
I've been politically involved since the liberals have tried to make a mess out of our government.
You're I would say a political, somewhat political. You have a clue. I'll say that you have a clue. Yeah, I wouldn't say.
I have a clue what's going on.
Yeah, you gotta get a little deeper and stop relying on the on fake not fake sources, but secondary and tertiary sources. But my point is, a lot of people, a lot of our fellow citizens, Andrew, a lot of the fellow plebeians and infidels, they are Johnny-come-latelys when it comes to politics, and they don't know what's going on. All they know, it's like they woke up. They woke up 18 months ago, and they decided to start following politics. And now all of a sudden, it's like you didn't follow baseball your life, and all of a sudden you saw the World Series last year, and all of a sudden now you think you're a baseball expert. No, that's not the way it works. And here's my point. People want to change. People want to change things. It doesn't start with the president. It doesn't. The president is the last. Yeah, the president is at the top. Is at the top of the pyramid. That's not the way it works. You want to change things? Find out who your city councilmen are, your district people,
or county executives,
the judges. You know, people you could vote for your judge on election day. There's certain.
I did.
Yeah, right. That's how you start off. Assemblymen, city councilmen, judges. Who'd you say, Andrew?
County executive and mayor.
County executives, mayors, governors,
right?
Senators.
Which, by the way, there's like a bunch of governorships up next year anyway.
Right. That's how politics works. You want to make change. You got to start at the local level, the grassroots level. Those people are who you start, and they grow. You don't change politics with the presidents. The president, and as we see now, Trump pretty much has showed, and another thing Trump has showed is the president's the office of the president. His hands are tied. He can't. The president. Right. I heard last summer I heard people that were scared that if Trump won, he was going to change the laws, do this. 13 million people were going to get deported over. That's not the way.
Get the hell out of here with that.
That's not the way the Constitution works. It's checks and balances. The president's power is limited. All the president does is sign. He signs things. He's the executive. That's if you work in an office, the executive of your company, he sits in the office all day. They bring him checks, they bring him contracts, they bring him documents, and he signs all day. He signs off on them. He has meetings. Should I sign this? Yes. No. Why? Okay. He signs it. He doesn't sign it. That's what the president.
So basically, a president cannot enforce a Supreme Court ruling. He can't enforce the decision.
No, the Supreme Court is the law of the land. They are the ones who enforce.
But the president can't influence a vote, right?
He could challenge it. He could challenge it, but no, the president, his power is limited. Listen, I keep telling every one of my friends.
So let's just say hypothetically, if Mike Pence were to become president, he wants to get rid of Obergefell versus Hodges. Can he do that?
Oh no, you can't do that.
Oh, thank God then. Then my theory about impeachment is right then.
No, Congress makes the law. Okay, Congress makes the law, and there's votes. It gets passed, and then to officially change the law, then it's the president who signs the bill or the amendment into law. His signature. He signs it. He puts the official document. Yes, he could decide not to sign it, and then it won't become law.
Yeah, he vetoes.
He
or she can veto.
Yeah, but usually, if it goes through, if it gets on his desk, he's got to sign it because that means it passed through all the channels and voters. You understand?
Right.
So, this is all bullshit.
I know.
One second. As I was going to explain, all presidents, and I'm explaining to you. I'll give you a little. All presidents in the last 125 years, there's two things they're judged for. All right, the economy,
right,
and foreign policy. Okay, just you go back and look at every.
I feel that he's doing a good job traveling.
The economy, he's doing great. He's got an A+ on the. All right, maybe an A. an A minus, an A. The economy is turned around, and he could be doing more. But again, these tax laws that would open up more, they don't want to do it. They obstruct him because it would make him more popular.
I'm afraid that he's going to be the first president to not have a major piece of legislation go through in Congress.
Yeah, but see they're going to. What's going on is they stall. They're stalling. Because hey, look, when 2020 comes along, that'll be his campaign. He'll say, hey, look, don't vote for these guys because I've been trying to push these laws. When he starts debating these people, he's gonna destroy them. He's gonna say, hey, I've been trying to push this for the last 4 years. You're the one who blocked it. So why should the Americans vote for you? Right?
Exactly. That's what I'm hoping that he will do.
Yeah. So what they're gonna do is,
which honestly, I like campaign Trump.
Yes, we all do. That's why he's in the office. But their strategy is they're gonna slow things down to a creeping halt. They're gonna sneak these things in that Trump wants to push. Okay. So we said the economy. The next thing is foreign policy. During that president, did the United States go to war? Did we invade a country? Did we mess up? Did the world blow up around us? You understand? Two things.
So far we're not at war with North Korea.
Now, I'll tell you what that whole North Korea thing. Let me tell you, I think it's a ruse. That whole thing, it's a ruse to scare all the countries in that area. And you know what Trump's been doing every time he goes on these trips?
What does he do?
He sells them weapons. He's been selling these countries military weapons.
Here, take what you need.
Yeah. Look, he went to Saudi Arabia. He sold them 120 billion.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. That's what the president is. He's a salesman. He went to Saudi Arabia. He sold Saudi Arabia 120 billion dollars worth of.
We want your oil.
Yeah. Military. He went to South Korea. He sold them weapons. Japan bought a shitload of weapons.
By the way, randomly saying this, I hope the United States takes away Maduro's oil. I really hope they do.
We're not going to invade. We're not going to invade the country. Venezuela is out of the way. They're in the middle of nowhere. They're not important. They're going to wait until that country's dead.
Yeah, definitely.
So you tired, Andrew? You tired? You had a long day.
Yeah, I was in Manhattan today.
Oh, doing what? Talking to hobos on the street?
Well,
what happened to you?
I tried my best.
What happened to your exclusive interview?
Guess what? Hey, Romo didn't show up.
Of course. Now you can't rely on a bum, on a worthless, filthy bum to be reliable, can you?
He is not a worthless, filthy bum.
Yes,
he's a celebrity.
Yeah, he's a celebrity, all right. Andrew's talking about there's this crazy homeless guy that's on the way to Andrew's work. He's like he.
I don't work in the city. I shop.
Oh, he shops in the city. He shops at on Saks Fifth Avenue. Anyways,
I went to Barnes and Noble today.
Yeah, this guy that Andrew meets up with in the street. He's like the local homeless guy on the corner, and he's got a following. And what is it? Does he have a sign that says "F you, pay me"?
Yes, that one.
That's the new thing now. These bums, these social justice bums, they all have a sign that says "F you, pay me."
What?
Right? That's the new thing. "F you, pay me."
Look, the homeless are just a misunderstood group of people. And eventually we need to do something to change these homeless shelters.
Yeah. You know what it needs to be done? Get an education. Don't cut school. You shouldn't have gotten drunk every night of the week when you were in college. That's how you change the homeless.
Or try grabbing pussy.
Yeah, whatever. I bet you that guy I bet you that guy who's homeless on the corner that you see every day, I bet you he was the coolest guy in college. Or if he went to college, I bet you he was the coolest guy in high school.
All right. So
Yeah,
I want to read about this burglary that happened outside of Baltimore. So
Go ahead. Tell
because I've been fascinated by the story today. So
tell us. Now I'm fascinated. Go ahead.
All right. So Howard County Police said they were looking for a burglar who was caught on video pushing herself through a drive-through window to steal food and money.
Oh, God.
And because of this, she is now on Maryland's top 10 most wanted.
How stupid. See, that just shows you. Do you think that person who you just described that reached into a drive-through window to steal food and money, do you think she went to school? Was it a woman?
I don't know, but here's what happened. So she was caught on November 5th at 1 o'clock in the morning pushing herself through a drive-through window at McDonald's on Benson Drive in Columbia, Maryland, which is just outside of Baltimore. No one was inside the McDonald's at the time, the police said. So,
do you know how small those windows are when you pull up to the drive-through?
Oh, right. We're not in New York. Some McDonald's in Maryland closes at midnight. I forgot.
But you know how small those windows are when you go to the drive-thru. They're tiny. They're like a. Listen, you know how stupid you have to be. How embarrassing it is when the cops come and you get arrested for trying to steal Big Mac.
All right, so I'll describe in the video what happened. The video starts with a woman leaning through the window to grab a beverage. When that doesn't go well, she decides to climb up and push herself all the way through. About 22 minutes later, she comes back with a box, leaves it at the window, and goes to another door to pick it up on the other side.
So wait a minute, there was no employee at this window. She just.
Oh my God, this is so stupid.
Can't
go somewhere else to grab a $1 soda.
Yeah, but I'm saying there must have been no employee there because she snuck in there.
I really don't know.
Oh my God! But this is what I'm saying. Could you imagine how stupid you have to be to risk your freedom for this?
It is stupid.
And don't you know there's 100 cameras at the drive-thru? Oh my God! Oh my God!
The police. All right, let me read this correctly. The police in Howard County are offering a reward if anybody can find this woman. You are asked in Columbia County to call the woman. Oh, my bad. There was a phone number.
They're looking for the Hamburglar, right? Is that what she is? She's the Hamburglar.
Here we go. Detectives in Howard County, Maryland, are offering $500 for information. Remember, she is now on Maryland's most wanted list now, top 10.
She's the most wanted. She's the most wanted Hamburglar.
The number for Howard County Police is 410-313-STOP if anybody has any information.
And put out an APB for the hamburger thief. the Hamburglar. You don't see Andrew's too young. He hasn't laughed at my Hamburglar joke. That used to be the Burger King commercial. The Hamburglar. It's before your time, Andrew.
Police have not been able to identify the vehicle.
All right, come on. Who cares? Read the next story.
All right. So quickly, if you had AT&T, you are not alone. Down Direct Detector said that customers in St. Louis, Chicago, Houston, Los Angeles, New York City, and Dallas are having problems today. Outage reports said that the problems began around 3:40 Central Standard Time today, with the number being reported at 1,200 at 5 o'clock.
And what happened? What's going on now? People losing the internet?
People were trying to make phone calls, and it said call failed message or a recording that said the call cannot be completed as dialed.
Oh, wow. That must be a satellite problem.
Well, I don't know. Anyhow, now that Thanksgiving is coming up, we're going to talk about how politics is ruining Thanksgiving.
Oh, I already know what you're going to say. Go ahead.
In the wake of last year's bitterly contested presidential election between Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton, politically divided families cut their Thanksgiving celebration short by average to 20 to 30 minutes. Republican voters were most likely to bail on Democratic families than vice versa.
Oh, I remember the story from last year that people at Thanksgiving, they were afraid that they weren't going to have a good Thanksgiving because they were going to have politics were going to come up at the dinner table and people were going to fight. Are you kidding me? Come on, are you kidding me?
Well, actually, my Thanksgiving last year, we were talking about the Thanksgiving Day parade.
Yeah. If anybody
and the National Dog Show.
If anybody in my family was to say during my Thanksgiving dinner that Hillary should be president, I'd hit them with the turkey leg.
Frank, change the subject. Talk about the Thanksgiving parade or talk about the dog show.
You see what I mean? Yeah. Or watch the football game. You see what I mean? That's the people. What did I say before? Just because you watched the World Series last year doesn't mean you know everything about baseball. So, and now, of course, everybody now at the dinner table is a political expert and a political analyst and a political strategist, and now they have become so entrenched in politics from reading Huffington Post.
Oh, my bad. These are people that can't watch TV while they're driving on Thanksgiving Day.
Yeah. These are people at the family dinner table who are 20, 21, 19. All of a sudden now they read articles from the Huffington Post, the Washington Post. They read CNN. They listen to CNN, and now they become political experts. They think they know it all.
Oh my goodness!
Andrew, I'll hit my cousin in the ear with a turkey wing if
they're not fascinated by Thanksgiving Day parades.
Yeah, I'll pour hot gravy down, hot boiling gravy on my uncle if he talks about politics at the dinner table.
Well, to end it on that note, thank you for listening, everyone. That always is well appreciated. Frank is on Twitter at EAZZ34. I am at Andy's Randomness Twitter and Instagram. My Snapchat, Andrew Sports Fan. And until next week, everybody, take care.
Yes, next week we'll have me and Andrew will have a Thanksgiving show, and we'll cut up. We'll talk turkey next week, right, Andrew?
And I'll even have a turkey soundbite.
Yes, we're going to talk turkey, and we'll see you next week, 8:00. Have a good night.
Have a good night, everyone.
What's so proud?